All right, let's talk about the architecture of personal transformation. And I love that word architecture because it completely changes the game, right? It's not about change just happening to you. It's about you being the designer, the builder, laying each brick yourself.
Okay, so let's just let this one sink in for a second. Life won't change you, you must change yourself. I mean, that's it. That's the foundation for everything we're about to cover. It's this non-negotiable, powerful idea that you have to take the wheel.
So, have you ever felt like this? Just stuck? Waiting for things to get better on their own, waiting for that perfect moment, or for some person to come along and fix things, or for life to just magically get easier? I think we've all been there. It's this passive waiting game. And that's exactly what we're going to pull apart today.
And that brings us right here to what we can call the waiting game. It's this trap we fall into thinking that just because another day or week or year goes by, things will somehow improve. But they don't, do they? The days just kind of repeat, the same problems keep showing up, and nothing really changes. Why? Because time itself doesn't do anything. You are the agent of change. So, how do you actually break that cycle? Well, it all starts in a single moment. It's the moment you decide to just stop waiting. It's not about waiting for the stars to align or for everything to be perfect. Nope. It's about starting right now with what you've got. That single shift in your mindset, it unlocks everything. So, let's get into the how. How do we actually start building this new reality? Well, the very first pillar is your habits. Think of these as the concrete foundation of your entire life. They're those tiny, repeatable things you do every day that over time really steer the ship. The secret is to start so small that you can't possibly fail. And really, every single day we're faced with this choice. We can either listen to our excuses, and we all have a million of them, right? All the reasons we can't do something, or we can consciously choose to work on a new habit instead. Real, lasting transformation happens when we tweak those tiny behaviors, not when we get better at justifying why we're stuck. Okay, so once you've got that foundation of habits poured, we start building up with pillar number 2, your mindset. This is like the blueprint for the entire structure. It's the lens through which you see the world. And here's the key. Real change is so much less about changing your surroundings and so much more about changing what's going on in your head.
You know how we do this? We think, oh, if I just moved to a new city or if I got a different job, then I'd finally be happy. But this idea, it flips that completely on its head. The real work is changing your internal perspective first. Honestly, the power to change your world, it really does start inside your own mind.
And that brings us to the final pillar, the one that ties it all together, your actions. This is where the rubber really meets the road. I mean, a positive mindset is great and having good intentions is awesome, but without action, they're just thoughts. Action is what takes that internal blueprint and turns it into a real physical thing you can see and touch.
This draws such a clear line in the sand, doesn't it? Wishing for something is totally passive. It's kind of just hoping the world hands you something. But action, that's you actively going out and building it. The results you get in life come directly from the things you do, not the things you wish for.
So you start doing the work, you're building better habits, you're shifting your mindset, you're taking action. So what happens next? Well, this is the really cool part. Think of life like a giant mirror. It doesn't really give you what you want. It reflects back who you are. As you start to change, the reflection has to change too.
You can see it as a pretty clear chain reaction. First, you take total responsibility. No more blaming anyone or anything. Then you apply some discipline to your habits and your actions. You make a real commitment to learning, to getting better. And the result? Life literally has to adjust to the new you. It just does. And that really brings us to the heart of it all. It's just a powerful reminder that you are not powerless. The key to unlocking your future isn't some secret out there that you have to find. It's a tool you already have. It's right here, in your hands, right now.
You could boil this whole idea down to this one simple, powerful promise. Change yourself and life will follow. It all starts with you and it ends with you. When you truly change who you are on the inside, the world around you can't help but change right along with you.
So let's end with this. And this isn't just a hypothetical question. It's a challenge. When you think about those 3 pillars we talked about,
Habits, mindset, and actions. What's the one small thing you can commit to changing? Not tomorrow, not next week, today. What's it going to be?